Hello students, let us begin the day with the remaining part of the lesson, that is the selfish gain children. So I have completed the part 1 and in the part 2 also in the yesterday's class I have explained about the gain. Yes children, now we are continuing with the old gain. Let us revise what is happened in the last class. Nothing children, old gain. He was very upset. Why he was upset? Because the spring has not came into his garden. That's why he was very upset. So one day what happened? One morning he was lying. I was old kids children. One morning I was lying awake in bed when I heard some lovely music. It sounded so sweet that I thought it must be the king's musician passing by. That means when he got up from the bed, he thought that the music coming from outside was king's musicians. He thought that the king's musicians were passing. Okay, they are making the music and they are passing children. But it was really only a little linnet bird singing outside my window. That means they are not the musicians which are passing away. This is the sound of the gain thought that this is the reality was the sound was the sound made by the linnet bird singing outside his window. Okay children. Next, it was so long since I had heard a bird sing in my garden that it seemed to me to be the most beautiful music in the world. That means after many days, okay children, after many days he is hearing one music. The birds are making the music, no, the linnet birds are making the music. So after many days he heard the music. Okay children, most beautiful music in the world, and he thought that it is the most beautiful music in the world. Now the gate, what is telling? The hail has stopped dancing over my head and the north wind has ceased his roaring. A delicious smell is coming from the window. I believe the spring has come at last. That means what has happened? The wind, which wind? The north wind and the hail, both of them are invited to the garden in the last part. Yes, and they are stayed for 1 year. But when he got up and he saw that, what has happened? The north wind is ceased. That means he stopped his roaring. Next, a delicious smell is coming children. A delicious smell is coming from the garden, and he thought that the gain thought that the spring has came into his garden. Next, the gain jumped out of the bed and looks out. That means he got up from the bed and he began to see into the garden. Through a little hole in the wall, the children have crept in and are sitting in the branches of the tree. What he saw? Okay, from the hole of the wall, he saw that some children are crawling. Okay, they are crept is nothing but crawl children. Crept, C-R-E-P-T, C-R-E-P-T is nothing but crawl children. C-R-A-W-L. You know who will crawl? Small children who are unable to walk. Small children. Before standing on the ground, they will be crawling. So in the same way, the children who are playing in the garden are crawling upon the trees. Now, old gate. In every tree, I could see a little boy. The old gate is telling that I could see a little boy upon the tree. The trees were so glad to have the children back again, and they had covered themselves with the blossom and were waving their arms gently about the children's head. Okay, now the trees are very happy. Yes, when the children have entered into the garden, what is happened children? The trees began to wave their branches upon the heads of the children. Next, the birds were flying about the twittering with delight, and the flowers were looking up through the green grass and laughing. Okay, they are very excited. That means when the people will get excited, when unexpectedly a happiness occurred in their life. Yes or no? So at that time they will be very surprised. So in the same way here, the green grass and the flowers began to laugh. It was a lovely scene. Only in one corner it was still winter. That means all over the garden it was very bright and colorful with the flowers. But at one corner in the garden, what is happened children? But there was still winter only. It was the fastest corner of the garden. Where children? It is the farthest. That means total. A garden will be not about a the garden will be not for a small length, it will be very lengthy. Yes or no? It occupies much land. Yes, then only we call a garden for that. So at one corner, what is happened? What is happened till the winter has still stayed there only. Next, it was the fastest corner of the garden, and in it was standing a little boy. Near to that corner where the winter has stayed, to that corner a little boy is standing. He was so small that he could not reach up the branches of the tree, and he was wandering all round it, crying bitterly. To that corner, the boy is crying, children. Why? Why? Because he is unable to crawl. He is unable to climb the tree. That's why he began to cry. The poor tree was still quite covered with frost and snow, and the north wind was blowing and roaring above it. Okay. What has happened, children? The trees where the boy is standing, the boy is unable to climb the tree, and the tree was, what is happening? The tree is telling that just climb upon us. Who are roaring? The cold wind, the north wind, and the snow and the frost is covered on the trees. Now climb up, little boy, said the tree. What the tree is telling? The tree which is present in the corner of the garden. The tree is telling that climb up, little boy, said the tree, and it bent its branches down as low as it could. But the little boy was too tiny. It was then that my heart melted. See what happened, children? By seeing this, the old Gent, what he saw at the corner, the little boy stayed at that place. He is unable to climb the tree, and the tree is calling to the little boy to come and climb upon us. If you climb means what is happened, children? The north wind and the snow and the frost which is covered on the tree will goes off. Okay. Turn the page. Okay, children. Next one, the Gent. Are you able to see the picture, everybody? See, in the textbook, what is happened? A Gent. A Gent is there. He carried a boy in his arm and making him to sit on the tree. And remaining children, what they are doing? They are, some are hiding and some are running. Okay. Next, the Gent. How foolish I have been. The Gent is telling by himself. The Gent means who is this person? He is a selfish fellow. Yes or no? The old Gent is the kind one, and the Gent is the selfish one. The selfish Gent is telling by himself, how selfish I have been. Now I know why the spring would not come here. Now I got the reason why the spring has not come into my garden. I did not allow the children to play into the garden. That's why the spring has not came into the garden. Okay. I will put the poor little boy on the on the top of the tree, and then I will knock down the wall, and my garden shall be the children's playground forever and ever. Now he planned again. He got himself. He is telling by himself that he is so foolish that I did not allow for the children. Now I let this boy, this tiny boy who is unable to climb the tree, now I will make him to sit on the tree. Next one, the old Gent. I was really very sorry for what I have done. He is feeling sorry. Who? The kind Gent. He is kind. That's why he is kind. No. Yes or no? He is feeling very sorry. So he is the kind Gent. The kind Gent is telling that I was really very sorry for what I have done. So I crept to downstairs and opened the front door quite softly and went out into the garden. That means he went into the garden. But when the children saw me, they were so frightened. They were so frightened that they all ran away, and the garden became winter again. See, when the old Gent came into the garden, when he entered into the garden, what is happened, children? The children, due to fear, they ran away. Why they ran away? He is one type of ghost. He is a very huge person. Due to the sound made by the Gent, all the children ran away. Okay, when the children ran away, what has happened again? The spring has came. What has came, children? The winter has came again. Next, only the little boy did not run, for his eyes were so full of tears, and that he did not see me coming. So I stole up behind him and took him gently in my hand and put him up into the tree. what is happened? All the children have ran away. They are the grown up children. They are the very tallest children. So they have seen for the gate and they ran away. But this tiny boy, he is unable to see for the gate. And the gate saw the tears in the face of that little boy, and he has taken to the little boy into his hand, that means on the palm, and he let him to sit on the branch of the tree. Okay children, next. And the tree broke at once into blossom. Okay, when the little boy sat on the tree, what has happened? The tree broke once into the blossom. That means the tree began to give the leaves and the flowers, and the birds came and sang on it. Okay, and the birds also came at the same time. The birds also came and sang on it. And the little boy stretched out his two arms and flung them round my neck and kissed me. What he has done? Just he has went near to the gate. Okay, and what he has done? He flung them round my neck. Flung is nothing but catching with two hands, like this. Catching with two hands. Okay, flung them round my neck and kissed me. That means the boy, the tiny boy has kissed for the old gate. When the other children saw that, they came running back. Okay, that means why these children have came back again? He thought that he is the kind gate. He did not cause any harm to the children. That's why the children have seen this situation and they have came back again. And with them came the spring also. When the children has came, along with them the spring also came here. That means you might have understood, children, what is happened here. If the children have gone away from the garden, means automatically the spring has gone. When the children enter into the garden, the spring has again came. Yes or no? Now let us see. The gate. It is your garden now, little children. Now the old gate, the gate is accepting now. The selfish gate becoming kind now. What he is telling? It is your garden now, little children. Why is telling children? Because when you are going outside, the winter is falling on the garden. Okay, when you are coming, the spring is coming. So I am very sorry that I have disturbed you in playing. Okay, next one. Old game. I took a great axe and knocked down the wall. And when the people were going to the market at 12 o'clock, they found me. Yes, me playing with the children in the most beautiful garden they had ever seen. All day long we played, and in the evening the children came to bid me goodbye. Lastly, what happened? He has constructed, in the part 1, he has constructed a wall now, children. So what he has done? With the axe, he has broke down the wall and he began to play with the children. That, who has seen that? The people who are going to the market at 12 o'clock, they have seen that. Then afterwards, what is happened, children? After that, the time has approached to go to the home to the children. So lastly, they have bid goodbye to the gate, to the old gate. Now, tall girl is telling. Tall girl is speaking few words. What she is speaking, let us see. Tall girl. Now we have somewhere to play. In the first part, if you refer the page, children, if you refer in the page, tall girl, what she told before. Now we have nowhere to play. In the first part, she has told in that way. Now we have nowhere to play. Here in the second part, now we have somewhere to play. That means we have somewhere on the earth to play. Short boy, this is much better than the road. In first, we can play on the roads. They are unable to play on the road, no? So here the short boy is telling, this is much better than the road. Square girl, what she is telling? Yes, the road is so dusty and the dust makes me sneeze. Okay, yes. The road is so dusty and the dust makes me sneeze. So when the gate does not allow for the children to play, where the children have played, children? The children have played outside the wall. When they are playing outside the wall on the road, the dust has fallen on the face and the nose, and they began to sneeze. The girl, square girl is telling. Now, graceful girl, what she is telling? And the grass is so much nicer than all those hard stones. See, whatever the stones are present outside in the garden, outside the garden, they are the very bad. They are very hard, and the grass is nice here. That means the grass is nice. The grass is better than those stones. Next one, brown boy. I like all the flowers. What the round boy is telling? I like all the flowers. Graceful girl and the trees. One boy is liking flowers and the graceful girl is liking the trees. Tall girl, how happy we are all here. Thank you, Mr. Gaint. They are very gratitude. They are showing their gratitude among Gaint. What they are telling? How happy we are all here. Thank you. Okay. Next, round boy. Yes, thank you. You are a very nice Gaint. Round boy is telling, yes, thank you. You are a very nice Gaint. The Gaint. But where is your little champion? The Gaint is asking now. So the boy for whom I let him to sit on the branch of the tree. Where is that boy? I want to know where is he. But where is your little champion? The boy I put into the tree. Graceful girl, I don't know. Where is that boy? Round boy, he has gone away. The Gaint, you must tell him to be sure to come here tomorrow. You just tell. The Gaint is telling to that boys. Round boy, you must tell. All should tell him to come here to the next day. Tall girl, I don't know where he lives. The tall girl is telling, I don't know where he lives, children. Now square girl is telling, I have never seen him before. The square girl is telling, I have never seen him before. That means he is not our friend. We didn't see for him before. So now the Gaint is telling, but I wanted to thank him. Again, why he is calling for that boy to be present tomorrow? Because he wanted to tell thanks to that boy. Okay, but I want to thank him. When he kissed me on the cheek, I felt as through a great weight has been lifted from my heart. Okay, when the boy has gave him a kiss on his cheek, what has happened? He thought that a much of weight has lifted from his heart. Now the short boy, I am sorry, but I don't think he lives around here. The short boy is telling, what he is telling? I am sorry, Gaint. I don't know, but I don't think he lives around here. That means he don't live around here. Old Gaint. What the old Gaint has done here? Every afternoon when school was over, the children came and played with me. What has happened, children, in the lesson? In the garden, daily after completion of the school, the children used to come and play into the garden with old Gaint. But I never saw again the little boy who I loved. Oh, I would like to see him again. That means he did not see to that little boy. He wanted to see for that boy again. I have grown old and feeble waiting. That means the old Gaint has become old now. Okay, the age has passed. He became old and feeble and waiting for that boy. I cannot play about with the children anymore. So I sit here in my armchair and watch the children at their games and admire my garden. So I can't play with you children. I have got my age. I was old and feeble. I am unable to play with you. So I will sit on my armchair and I will look to your games and I will admire my garden. Next, I have many beautiful flowers. Okay, I have many beautiful flowers, but the children are the most beautiful flowers of all. He is telling lastly, I have many beautiful flowers, but you are the most beautiful flowers. Children are the most beautiful flowers for all. Now, getting up and looking out of the window. He getting up and looking out of the window. Who is getting up? Old Gaint. Now let us see, children. I no longer hate the winter. What is telling? I no longer hate the winter. It is merely the spring asleep. The flowers are resting. Suddenly he rubs his eyes in wonder and looks around. Suddenly what he has done in the winter? Okay, I no longer hate the winter. That means I will, from now onwards, I will not hate for the winter. It is merely the spring again and the flowers are resting, he is telling. Suddenly what he has done, he got up and he rubbed his eyes in wonder and looked around. What is happened, children? Let us see. What a marvelous sight this is. What a marvelous sight this is. That means he is going to see another garden or something, scenery. Okay children, he is going to see another scenery. What he saw, let us see. In the farthest corner of the garden, a tree covered with lovely white blossoms. Its branches are all golden and silver fruits hang from them. And what is this? Can it be? Oh, can it be? He has come back. He has come back. Okay, when he got up and he cleaned his eyes and he saw that some to the farthest of the garden, okay, to the corner of the garden, what is happened there? To the branches of the tree, golden and silver fruits hang, children. Okay, golden and silver fruits hang down. Okay, and he thought that the child has came again. The tiny boy for whom he is missing has came again. Next, the old gate leads down the stairs into the snowy garden and to the grassy patch where the child is standing. That means he went near to the child, to the tiny boy, where he was standing. When he draws close to the child and examines him, his face grows red with anger. Okay, when he went near to that boy, little boy, he saw that his face is covered with the what, children? With grows with the red, with the anger. That means he has some angry also. Old Gent is asking now, who had dared to wound thee? That means who has that much of dareness to wound you? That means wound is nothing but injury, children. Okay, injury. So who has that much of dareness to injure you? Your hands, your feet. Who has dared to wound thee? That means your hands and your legs have wounded. Who has done this one? Tell me. The old gate is asking for the little child. Tell me that I may take out my big sword and slay him. That means tell me. If you tell me the name, I will just take my sword and I will kill him. Okay, slay is nothing but, children, kill, meaning he has given. Now the child is telling, nine means no. Okay, nine. But these are the wounds of love. What are those wounds? The Gent saw some wounds on the hands and the legs. No, child is explaining that these are the wounds of love. They are necessary. These wounds are necessary. Whatever the wounds I have on my body, the child is saying that whatever the wounds I have on my body, they are necessary. Next, old Gent falling on his knees. The old Gent falling on his knees. Whose knees, children? The tiny boy's knees. Little child, who art thou? Okay, who art thou is nothing but who are you? Little child, who are you and from where you have came here? Okay, the child is smiling. Lastly, the child is smiling. You let me play once in your garden. The child is smiling and telling that you just let me play once in your garden. Today you shall come with me to live in my garden, which is in paradise. Okay, that means you have let me to play in your garden. Now you have came in my garden, which is the paradise. The child climbs into the old Gent's arm. That means the child has climbed into the old Gent's arm. The writer melts away before them as they walk into an ever expanding garden. Okay, children. That means what they have done? The child has climbed on the arms of the old Gent. The winter melts. What happened? When he climbed on the old Gent's arm, the winter has melted in the garden. Next, children, who has written this lesson? The author of this lesson is Oscar Wilde, converted into the play by M. Ryan, R-Y-A-N, Ryan Taylor. Okay, M. Ryan Taylor is the author of this lesson, children. About the author, we will continue in the next class, children. See, children, whatever the homework are assigned in your Google app, you should have to submit me regularly, children. So this class I have explained in the YouTube. Just I will share the link in your YouTube. You just have to watch compulsory, children. Okay. With this, I am ending my class. In the next class, I will be meeting with the another topic.